this video, I'm going to give you some examples of how to make your action camera a webcam. There's 10 tips here. I'm going to try and fit these into 5 minutes so you don't end up spending loads of time watching this video. I have got detailed breakdown videos which I'll link in the description and in the cards where you can check out a playlist. Number 10. The right camera. What do I mean by the right camera? You'll see here I have a line of action cameras that I use, but you know what? Some of them work as action cameras via USB. Some of them work as action cameras via HDMI. Some are clean output, some aren't clean output. It's a bit of a nightmare because you want to find the right camera for your intended use and your budget. But I'll break it down quickly for you. If you're looking to use it via USB, then the camera you want to get is the A87 because it does 1080p via the USB cable. If you're thinking about going via HDMI out, then the A100 is a good call as it does clean HDMI. Something to remember is when you're using your action camera as a webcam, you want the right cable. That is going to be a challenge. I've had loads of people comment on my videos about the cables and saying they can't use it as an action camera. You want to make sure you have a micro USB cable to a USB, and it's a 5-pin micro USB cable. If you're struggling, I'll leave a link in the description to a cable to my Amazon shop where you can actually pick it up. Some action cameras have a micro HDMI, which is actually only used for like action cameras, so you might not have this rolling around at home. So this I had to buy specifically. It's a micro HDMI cable to a HDMI, which allows me to plug it in to a HDMI capture card, which then that USB goes into my computer, and this micro USB goes into the side of the camera. You can see there, that's how it fits in. That's cables. Number 8, test the quality. So this is something that you need to keep in mind. What quality do you want to live stream at? Are you happy with 720p? Do you want 1080p? Do you want to go really fancy with something like this? Because this is a DSLR. You won't get this quality from an action camera. However, you can get pretty close if you get good lighting. So keep in mind your lighting you've got available, and maybe sometimes buy a cheaper camera and spend some money on light. Number 7, will it charge your battery? If you're live streaming for a long amount of time, will your camera be charged while you're using it? Well, that depends on a few things and the camera you've got. Currently, I'm using a couple of action cameras that do offer this facility, which is an Apeman branded camera. I'll link you in the description. If you haven't bought one yet, it's actually a good call. I've done some testing on them and they're pretty good. Number 6, get a cage. If you bought your action camera secondhand, you might not have this cage for it, but this cage allows you to hold the action camera in place. So just like that. I'm using a Joby Gorilla Pod right there. You can get different types. Again, this will help make your shot steady. When you found those first 5 points really useful, those are just giving you an idea of what you can do to make your action camera a webcam. The next 5 tips I'm going to give you are going to be the main tips that you want to know. So make sure you hit the like button if you're enjoying this so far, and let's continue. Okay, number 5. Play with the placement. This is something that's really interesting. You want to make sure you get the camera in the right spot to give you a nice view, and also play with placement around. You might get different angles which will look always interesting and make your live stream look amazing. Okay, number 4, this is something that we touched on a little bit earlier. Lights are very important. You can use different types of lights. If you haven't got a good dedicated video light, you know what you can use? A desk lamp, or even bike lights. You could put batteries in there and put them in position and use some lighting. It makes a difference if you diffuse the lights. The best thing about live streaming with action cameras is they're cheap enough for you to get multiple angles. If you've got 2 cheap action cameras, you can set them up and have a double view. Having 2 cameras is always more interesting than having one, so consider that in your webcam arsenal. Number 2, use a program. You need something to be able to handle the footage. When you're recording live on your webcam, you might go straight into Zoom, you might go straight into StreamYards, or you might even go straight into OBS. The benefit of recording into OBS is you can actually record a file, you can use it later on and edit out all the mistakes you make, which are going to be inevitable. So do loads of practice. The main thing people struggle with is the memory card. Did you know when you have your action camera plugged in and you have a memory card in there, it actually doesn't give you the option for the webcam? Yeah, so what happens there is when you're plugging in your action camera with a memory card in, the action camera thinks you want to transfer files from the camera to your computer, so it gives you a mass storage device option. We don't want that. You're live streaming, you want to use it as a webcam, take that memory card out and you'll get the option for making your camera a webcam. If you still don't get the option for a webcam, that means your camera is not compatible, but I've done loads of testing on cameras that are compatible. So make sure you buy one of the cameras that I've looked at and done loads of videos on. You can check right here to make your action camera a webcam and a playlist to help you out. I'll see you on the next video.